Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Kareem Clemens. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for following me right here on another episode of Political Processor. And today is 10/10/2020, and I'm so excited to be here. Hold on, let me just go ahead and run that, and then let me fix this. Okay, this should be. Um, Okay, so that should be correct, just like so, right? Um, okay, that should be like that, and okay, all right. So yes, there we go. All right, so all right, that's right there. All right, so it's supposed to be four. Okay, so welcome. Sorry about that, you guys. I was trying to adjust this here, and then I had to go and do how to move that over there. Oh boy, that's not gonna work either. Um, yeah, no. Okay, cool. All right, so I am live on the Political Process Facebook and also the YouTube gaming page. So I'm just gonna go right into the game, and I am President of the United States of America. And again, this is season one, episode four. Okay, so yes. All right. So, hey, stop that. Give me 1 second. Oh boy, stop. Okay, so I made it to the President of the United States of America, and I pretty much, I went through just a little bit of history. I went through the political chain. I started off as mayor of City, Jersey, and then I worked my way up to being a governor, and then now I'm the president. Now, let me explain something to you. Here's my history right here. It shows you here that I was a community organizer and then the mayor of City, Jersey for 2 terms. And then if you see this candidate in 2024 Democratic presidential primary, this here I lost because and I think I've showed you guys that in episode three. I wasn't doing enough uh, ad ad attacks. Okay, ad attacks, and Elkin's my opponent because it was happening towards me, and then I was like, well, how in the hell do I do the ad attacks? And then when I seen up there that you could do ad attacks, I kept doing ad attacks, and ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you that it grew my campaign budget because now I can't even show you guys here, but I have over $1 billion. Over I have a billion, more than $1 billion or over $1 billion in my campaign, and I was basically doing campaign ad tax. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know I could do that. I mean, I would see it, I would see that they did it to me, but I'm like, well, how do I do it to them? Okay, it is Friday. It is Friday. It is Saturday. Okay, and shout out to Al Nicholson. Shout out to Daquan Jones. Oh, he said I'm ready. Shout out to Jabbar Law. Shout out to Princess Diamond. Shout out to everybody over there on Omega Studio News. Shout out to everybody over there on Ghetto Kitchen Man. I do have a video that I'm going to be putting together for Ghetto Kitchen Man, which I already did the mukbang. Now, I probably um, um, didn't do exactly what the mukbang is consistent, and that is basically eating all the food. But I definitely had the mukbang, and I had like hamburger and French fries, and I just couldn't really eat it. I just really couldn't eat it. So more power to the people. But yeah, shout out to everybody over there on Ghetto Kitchen Man. Shout out everybody over on Omega City News group page, the like page, the Pretty Bitch Club. Also, what I see you see, and what's going on in America, and also to YouTube and Periscope. Hello. Okay. So yeah, so political process. We're in the game. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go right into the game, and I wanted to show you guys my history, and then I lost here, and then I wound up doing it again in 2032, and I won, and I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm the Democratic nominee for president. And then I was the governor for 4 terms, and now I'm the president for 1 term, and I am in for the win. And I'll tell you guys, uh, it has to get worse before it gets better. Here is the election that took place right here. You can see that I was no tie near this brother. Okay, we have more of the red than it went into the green. I mean the green, the blue. But I noticed that a lot of people really definitely. I campaigned a lot in Idaho, but I couldn't really turn them. I campaigned in South Carolina, I couldn't really turn them, and I definitely did it over there in Texas, and I couldn't really turn them. These are the Democratic people, and I definitely enjoy battling out with them because the ad attacks that I was shooting on this guy Jekyll and also on Jennings, it was like it was crazy because they were shooting attack ads on me, and I was like, no way. And I learned how to do it. I had to go to my campaign chief of staff, and I had to read the concept to get the understanding because once you get this game, you think you know what you're doing, but you have no idea on the different challenges that you may come up against. And I tell you guys, and I'll show you guys in the metrics, what I was explaining to you guys in my preview video on how the changes had happened from like the green to the red and the red to the green. So if you see here, it says this when I was the governor, and it's no chance of New Jersey. I mean, it can because we do see it when Christie was the governor of New Jersey. It was all Republican, and then now uh, Chris Chris Christie is out and Governor Murphy is in, so it's more Democrat. So now it's like 2030. I won that at 2 million, 75.7%. And then again here we had two of them, and then I won. Okay, and then here was the runoff, and then it shows you the governor again, who the people was up against. It just gives you my history of and then I won against her, and then I won the mayor when I ran for mayor in City Jersey. Right here, I won 2015. Yep, there we go. That's my election history, my policies. So yeah, so now I want to talk about the okay, here's my salary, how much money I have, and my savings. I want to go to the metrics. Now, mind you, when I started off being the mayor of City Jersey, I did this and I worked on as much as I could. And I knew that the department efficiency and the education and the government approval rate was all in my favor until I learned and gagged that the taxes and also the homelessness was like raising up, and people would become poverty and they were like dependent on social services at some point. So I kind of like definitely kind of worked out these numbers, but since I haven't been the city Jersey mayor in like a couple of years, because that was in 2015, it's changed now. So we see it's gray. So eventually it may be just now coming out of the red, going into the gray to become the green, because you can see the green going up. But again, we still have a problem with our infrastructure, which we would see in the state and national level with our infrastructure, because if the roads ain't better nationally, it ain't better state or citywide. It's all messed up. Okay, next. And as I was the governor, at that time I came into office, majority of this stuff was red. Like the economy was red, the per capita was down. I had to increase the per capita, and also the poverty. And then you can see during the timeline right here, right? You can see it's gone up. So that was me and my administration. So the taxes now, mind you guys, the low taxes for the low tax bracket and then the middle class. See, I was getting confused because, again, as I told y'all, I was like, I didn't know it had the greater and less than and all that. So that was like really messing me up. So at one point, I had messed with that, and that would cause the tax bracket to be little fluctuation, but it's under control. I'm sure the next governor will fix that as I continue to now go into the nation and go and fix more tougher problems now than ever before. Uh, I have the well, they have the infrastructure that pretty much, like I told you, it's not going to be better at a national level. So it is what it is. Okay, so this is me leaving out. Now I am the president of the United States of America in the game, and this is the inheritance that I inherit from the first or from the current administration. And I can tell you right now, as you guys can see, and it's being recorded, that it's a disaster. Okay, the government rating is all red, the economy red, education red, taxes is just definitely in the red, infrastructure, the national debt, and also the environment, immigration, military, department efficiency is just a mess. Now, coming into this, I can tell you that, like I said to you in the beginning, as mayor, as governor, I only have 4 years in my first term. I only have 4 years. And I know we can't really do that much in 4 years. I told everybody that it's going to get worse before it gets better. Okay. Because if we look at the, what's causing, I'm not really worried about a government approval rating. I'm not really worried about that there. But it's all about fixing it's all about fixing, like the immigration. You got to fix something for immigration. You got to fix something economy and environment. The debt, you got to fix something. Okay, so it's going to get worse before it gets better, right? Now, next thing people are going to say, well, where are you going to take that money from? Okay, so we have the taxes right here. So I don't want to really mess with the taxes because if I mess with the taxes, people are going to be like, okay, well, damn, you want to milk us for everything that we got. And now you can see here, it looks like taxes was dropped at some point. And then people were saying, well, and I was looking at some of the other videos, they were like, well, maybe you should do like a flat tax. And I'm like, well, I don't really know what we have as far as the truth and false is for the United States of America in the game, but we will see that as we continue to move on with this video. Now, my next thing is the thing will be it will be the programs. Okay, it will be the programs. So I would definitely look at raising taxes at a low. I mean, at a low not a low but low priority. So I'll look at other things. Okay, then we have our infrastructure, which would again, like I said, across the board, state and city infrastructure is just horrible. And if we look here, we don't really see the government, the current uh, president really had a couple of problems within, because I don't have anything to do with this because this my first time being the president. Okay, national debt. Okay, for everybody who wants to read along, we have hundreds, thousand, million, billion, trillion. So we had 27 trillion, 796 billion, 733 million, 652,337 in debt. And per person is at 72,000 with a rating at 40%. Not good. So again, that would be the inherited of what the predecessors prior to me coming into office. And that's why they would give you 8 years. But if they want to see you do a great job, at least we can see some of these colors going into the green. But right now, again, it has to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better. The military, Democrat approval at 67.1%, Republican approval at 32%. And we will look at the whole House and Republican, who has the House, who's majority whip. We'll see all that as we move on. But right now, I'm just showing you guys and putting it into history, into play on the inheritance that I have gotten from the current administration as being the president of the United States of America here on this game today. Right here, episode 4, 10/10/2020. Hello. Okay. So now, and then you go through different types of tabs where you can now see the population has grown up to 385 million people has gone up over the course of time. We see that 58% of registered voters, which is bad because we definitely need, we have 385 million. This number needs to be at least 85, 90. And I'm not saying we're going to get this done on my first term, but I'm just saying the 58% is just horrible. So we have 48%, 0.89 Democrat, and then 48.1% Republican, and then 5.0% is independent, as you can see. And the voter registration, as you guys can take a look at this, we see that there is more of the Democrat than it is Republican, but it breaks it down through registered voter and the percentage. It goes by population and the youth, the adults, and seniors. And then it goes by ancestors, which is Caucasians, then African Americans, then Hispanics, Asians, Native American, Middle Eastern, and then mix. Okay, so this is our population of the United States of America to have to keep in mind, because as I'm creating a budget for the United States of America, I have to keep in mind that about 385 million people would like it to be divided and equal for all, because we all live in this together. Okay, if we come to our education, according to the statistics and data we see here from kindergarten all the way to the 12th grade, it tells you how many students we have here, and then the students' academic score, which I believe it could be a little bit higher than that. And then this is the anticipated dropout, and then they give us the dropout rate for total by the percentage of different colors here. As you can see, it's in accordance. Then it comes here to the dropout by category from grade 12. It gives us all the categories, and it gives us a dropout by category. And it tells you how many teachers we have in the United States, and then it gives us the teacher ratio. And then here it gives you the higher learning, educational. Okay. So this would be good, because when I go ahead and look back after I finish my 4 years, I can see what I've done and, whether or not it was good or whether or not it was bad. Okay. So this is the poverty. As far as our poverty effective is 8.8%. And it says here that the poverty has represented the impact of poverty has on the community, increasing the welfare benefits such as food stamps will help reduce the effect of poverty. And I can tell you again, ladies and gentlemen, that if I was to take money out of any programs, again, I will start with these low programs. And I don't want to mess with people's taxes, because if I do that and keep this in place, then people are going to be like, well, damn, why you just can't, take the money from out of that? Because if you look at it, you notice this money here that is coming towards these programs are coming from taxes. So if I took this away, technically it's a win-win situation for people who are paying taxes in all brackets. So, it's either I increase taxes, don't mess with this, you're still paying more money out of your pockets into this plus more, or I take away of the services from here and put more money back in your pockets and still won't have to mess with your taxes. You feel me? So this would be the first if I would have to cut any money towards any of the programs. Again, I have not seen what programs are implemented that the first president had already put in order. I can either true it or false it. I have to see. Okay. Okay, so here we do see the shelter, and then we have no emergency shelter, so it's not like nobody's on the street, so thank God. So everybody's in permanent housing. So again, that money again would be towards the permanent housing, which again, it is money that is given to people who are in permanent housing. However, if again we can take out money, if we have to, it depends on if we have to create the budget. When we create the budget, we have to, balance the budget. Okay, so again, poverty, this is poverty. The economy is at 55,176 per capita income, and that is per person, and that number need to go higher. But right now, this seems good because it's in the green, and it looks like the number's gone up over time. It tells you how much people are unemployed, underemployment, employed, and also who's skilled, unskilled labor, and skilled workers. Okay. And then this is our taxes. As you can see, the total tax revenue has gone up. And then again, we're looking at trillion, 4,558,215,000,000. And then it tells you right here of the tax revenue by sources. And this is all we have here so far. I'm not going to eliminate any of these at some point in my administration because again, I have 4 years to do this. And again, I am again going to tell you that it's going to get worse before it gets better. That should be my slogan. So okay, so look at what I see right here right now. We have a couple of sources that are generating money that is coming in from our citizens, the 385 million people that's in our country, from income taxes to Social Security tax or corporate tax, Medicaid tax, gasoline tax, tobacco tax, alcohol taxes, unemployment taxes, and a total. Now, my thing is this: the far more is the bigger the pie is coming from our income taxes. I part of my administration, I did say that I wanted to lower the taxes. I wanted to increase minimum wage, and I wanted to. There was another promise that I had there, and I'll basically show you guys. But one of my thing is wanted to the Social Security. I think it was the Social Security benefit or lower Social Security taxes. That's what it was. Social Security taxes and income taxes, reduce income taxes, and also minimum wage, increase minimum wage. So if it will be anything that I will touch here, if I will have to increase something, and it will be alcohol taxes. Now it's another tax that we don't see up here, which I was kind of shocked to not see it up here, but I see it as state, and that is the marijuana taxes. I think that's up here. Let me see. Yep, look at this marijuana taxes. And I'm kind of like, I think that was because they gave legislation to the states instead of like making it a federal thing. So I don't know. Maybe that, okay, let's see how much that brought in. That brings in 49 million at 1%. So you telling me that we can't have at a national level uh taxes like that? And then as a state, because I was a governor. I was the governor of New Jersey. And if you look at New Jersey, look at the sales tax, a total of 40 trillion. Come on, fix this. 40 billion, a total of 40 billion coming in. But majority of the tobacco, I wasn't playing with that because I felt that that was something that had to be done because tobacco is dealing with people get you know elements from tobacco, cancer, and then our healthcare. A lot of people are not really, which would be the next tab over. We see how many people are insured, uninsured. But as a state, again, the marijuana taxes brought in there, and then carbon emission taxes. Not taxes came in at 15 million. So I have to see what is here that I can make, take away, break. But again, right now I'm not going to really mess with anything because so far it's bringing in 4,558,215,796,048 at 100%. Okay, and then this is here again the sources From the tax bracket 1, this is how much they're pulling in. Tax bracket 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Wow, that we have 6 income taxes bracket. Wow. As state, how many I had to deal with? I didn't even have to deal with any of the brackets. Well, yeah, I did. I had 3 brackets to deal with. But as national, I have 6 brackets. Holy crap, man. Like, that's unbelievable. Like, we're pulling in money out the yin yang, man. Like, wow. So yo, I got all this stuff to play with, man. This is where we're getting our money from, man. And I gotta either balance this between the whole board. Again, we're bringing in 2,075,467,089,889 dollars, and then here we go by metrics. They're bringing it down. Social Security taxes. Let me just put this on the record. Social Security taxes. We got corporate taxes. We have Medicaid payroll taxes. We have gasoline taxes. We have tobacco taxes. We have alcohol taxes. We have unemployment taxes. These are the numbers and recordings. Okay. Okay. The next would now be health. Now, we can see right here who are out of the 380 something million people in our country. We see that there is private and then covered military. We have, okay, so it seems like out of coverage, it seems like there's 53 million. That's a lot of people. 13% that's not covered. Um, we have Medicaid, Medicare, Medicaid, Medicare. Okay, military veterans. Life expectancy is 82.63, and then it's giving us the statistics on births and deaths. Okay. Okay. Crime has gone up since 2015. It looked like it spiked around 2023, and it tells us on the violent crimes. And I think at one point I'll get like a report from my uh correction, one of my cab members on the update on some things that are happening within the crime, the state police. So here is the statistics data. I just want to record it because I'm going to look back on this when I am done with my term as being president of the United States. Infrastructure, which again we have road congestion at 42, which is bad, and 91 at road quality percent. We can see here is our electric source, and we just break it down from here. Okay, military. You can see here how many people we have in the military and how much money that we'll be pursuing for 3,092,000. And then immigration, visas, and people who are being deported and apprehension at the border. So it looked like they will probably ask for more money. I don't know what type of laws and stuff that be going into it for them. Okay. And then the laws. So this part here is the national legislation, and this here is the federal legislation by status. Okay. Real quick, I just want to show you because again, this is what was here before I got here. So, the administration before me, I believe, a Republican. Yeah, it was. So this is everything that is either true or false. And for people who are just now following me on here, the true and false, the false is red and the true is green. True is green for yes and false is red for no, meaning it's active to inactive. So far we have in our legislation, we have income taxes, which is true, flat taxes, no, corporate taxes, no, sales tax is a false, is no. Unemployment, Social Security, earned income tax credit is a yes. Child tax credit is a yes. Gasoline, tobacco, alcohol is a yes. And renewable tax credit is a yes. Carbon tax is a no. And here is the infamous cannabis marijuana sales tax is a no. Education, university preschool is a false. Preschool for economic disadvantaged children is a yes. Grant to low income school districts is a yes. Higher education grants is a yes. Grants to low performing school district is a yes. The following no is a grant for professional development workshop, no. Grant for comprehensive professional development, no. Grant for professional learning communities, no. Grant for student welfare committees, no. Grant to hire tutors, no. Free college, community college is a yes. Abstinence only sex education is a yes. And comprehensive sex education is a no. Everything is a false on this category under policies and corrections. Again, the legislation, these would be money that would be paying out if our crime had got so out of control. I believe, um, I'm kind of going crazy over this because this kind of looked like something that I had did before, and I don't know if it just carried over and it's telling me at a city and a state point of view. So as mayor, I don't know, I was mayor, I implemented these services, and then as governor, I implemented this. So I don't know, maybe I don't know. We got to look at that. Okay, but everything on legislation of the police and correction is a false, is a no. Health legislation, the only thing that's false is university health care, and the rest is true. Medicaid, Medicare, Medicaid expansion, National Institution of Health, the Health Resource of Service Administration, and Federal Disability Insurance. And then the human services legislation, um, there is public housing, there is community developed grants, there is free and reduced price school lunches. There isn't any university school lunches. There isn't any emergency homeless shelter grants. There isn't any high school equivalent program for the homeless. There isn't any vocational training program for the homeless. There is supplemented nutrition for women, infant, and children, which is WIC. There is supplemental nutritional assistance program, SNAP, and there is temporary assistance for needy family, TA and F, and there is rent assistance. There is foster care, and there is social service. Gun policy legislation. Everything in this category is false. There is no university background check. There is no handgun ban. There isn't any automation limits. There is no self defense license. There is no sporting. So I think the university healthcare at some point would probably be something that I would look into. I don't know. If you press it, what would it do? Requires that a background check is ran on every person who wishes to purchase a gun. I think that would be something that would be amazing if our administration could push that, because I think that that would definitely seek out the people who are trying to go, and then once when we see somebody who has a record, they want to purchase a gun to go kill somebody, and then we notice that by doing the university background check. So that would be something that is because that's a false now. Again, like I said, the false is red and then make it into law, make a legislation that will help out. Self-defense license. Determine whether a self-defense license is required to purchase certain guns, along with requirement of training certification and background check. This law may require individuals to demonstrate the need of self-defense. Well, I like it and I don't like it because that brings in the whole policy of stand your ground. Before being granted a license, it may limit the number of guns an individual can purchase. The law is best used in combination, which is hunting and sport shooting license laws. So my thing with the gun license now, I never was a really big fan of the NRA. I never really produced anything unless under my campaigning on dealing with guns. But I can tell you that guns is a problem in our country, and too many people are being killed by guns. And I think by smoothing the playing fields at a national level. It will help out policies to a state and a city level when it comes to certain type of legislation at a national level. Assault weapons, ban the sale of ownership of all assault rifles. I think that would be something that would be great if my administration could put this into legislation. But again, we have to look at the House and we have to look at the Senate. Who has the House? Who has the Senate? Uh, so yeah, and I also wanted to let you guys know that really rushing next turn is really a bad thing. You got to look at everything and you have to see. I've learned that when I ran for the campaign, and I realized that they give you hours and they give you certain things that you can do, and it's all about a strategy to doing it in the game. So right here again, while I'm doing this, it may seem like I'm taking a long time with doing this, but again, I want to put this all in recorded because I want to look back on this video, including what you guys look back on and see if I did a great job. And I really want to try to do a great job. And the game is do have three different um, effects. It has easy, normal, and then they very easy. But I have it on normal, so that means it gives you the challenges. And again, everything is tough. And as you guys seen in my last video, I lost in a presidential uh, thing. And here, actually, again, I lost one time and I had to reset, and then I lost again at Senate, and I had to reset again. So yeah, it's really tricky. Okay, immigration, everything is a yes here. Family immigration policy, work visa policy, diversity immigration policy, and immigration policy is all a yes. The veterans, everything is a yes here, from veterans disability insurance to health care, retirement benefits, educational grants for veterans, and housing for the homeless. And then our last but not least, our miscellaneous, and it gives us let's see what's false. We have there is no illegal abortions, there is no to carbon capture and storage mandates, there is no to legally and processed cannabis marijuana, there is no legally of selling cannabis. I think I don't know. We I don't know. I gotta see. Now, if I get a lot, if I gotta see how. Like again, I said, when I was the governor of New Jersey and I had the marijuana legislation passed, again, we see how much money it can bring in. And again, there's a lot of people that smoke. And I tell you, there's a lot of people who have been charged with petty charges such as marijuana. I watch cops on television. And every time when I see like a case, it's like somebody was running because they had a bag of gram of marijuana and they had a scale and they was charged with that and he was charged with having a pipe of paraphernalia. And then I watch like current um, like court cases for Cook County on YouTube, and I hear a lot of people who are locked up, and they get locked up for weed, and the judge asks the prosecutor, "What do you want to do?" And they say not only pros, and then they say, "Ladies and gentlemen, your case has been dismissed." Okay, so they're not even processing people with marijuana. And last but not least, uh, that's in Chicago. Chicago has a policy now. Illinois has a policy now that you can smoke marijuana. Like they have. I think they really have um, this because they said the Treasury didn't have any money and they needed money, so they implemented legislation law for cannabis and marijuana. I don't know if we're gonna do this, but we might. Like I said, we have to see where the money's going to come from. I don't want to mess with other things that's going to mess with certain things. I want to implement certain things because I know I do this, money is going to come in like out the yin yang because they're going to be like, oh shit, this administration legalized marijuana. And then it doesn't even tell you at a standpoint whether or not this is medical marijuana or it's just like legalizing the whole marijuana across the spectrum or across the board. So it's false. It's a no. Early voting, yes. Same day voting registration is a yes. Mail in voting is a yes. Electoral college is a yes. And proportional electoral college is a no. Let me see what this is. Determine whether or not the electoral vote distribute. Because I just had a conversation, a debate with this. with somebody, and they was explaining to me that um, the electoral college, um, this here is was back like when slavery. And if you come here, let me see, the electoral college system is each state given a set of numbers, vote based on the size of the population, and the state has the right to decide whether or not the vote distributed the presidency campaign. Tradition and most of the state wins take it all. Exactly, because New Jersey they gave me all, and you can see on the calendar. Okay, so boom, systems of all the term vote candidates who win the majority of the popular vote. For example, if the candidate received 51% of the vote, the candidate will receive 100% electoral votes. If the electoral college policy is false, the president election will be determined based on a popular vote. But it's a yes here. Okay, so now you guys have seen from laws to immigration to military to budget to infrastructure to crime to health, taxes, the economy, poverty, education, population, and an overview. Okay, I have explained that to you guys in this first episode of me being the president. In this episode four, first term. Now, let's go to here to see who's who. Okay, okay. So we have a female as vice president. Uh, she is from Brianna Holmes is from where she's from. Where's she from? Where's she from? It don't say where she from. She's the vice president. It usually tell you where she's from. I know she's Democrat. History. Let's see what she. Oh, she's from. She. Oh, she. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't even know you was there. I'm love. I'm so sorry. Woman, I know you was under me. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I just made a mistake and kicked my cat, y'all. I didn't know he was laying under me. I'm so sorry, boo. I'm sorry, my love. Oh, yes. You know I love you, right? You know I'm gonna give you some gourmet food later. I didn't know you was there, boo. Okay, I gotta make sure I look down. Okay, so Brianna Holmes is the vice president. I picked her as vice president. She's a U.S. representative of New Jersey from 10. Democratic nominee for vice president. She is a plumber. Okay, and her policies is almost like mine. Uh, there was one thing that I. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. So, oppose legalizing the sale and recreation use of cannabis. Oh my God. So, I'm going to have a tough time trying to get this past her. But you know what? She's a VP, bitch. So, fuck you. Nah, let me stop. Okay, so let's see. Drum roll. Brrr. So, we have the House. The United States Representative House, where Nancy Pelosi is the, in real life, she is the head bitch in charge. We got the House. If you come here, well, well, let me come back to the House. We got 58% to 42. We got the House. Okay, so if we definitely want to get something through the House, we're definitely going to get it passed. So thank you on that. Uh, we have majority leader, majority whip, and majority whip here. Majority whip for the Republicans. Okay, so boom, we have all that going. Okay, so we basically got the House. There's the committees. Okay, ethics. Now, mind you guys, I did not do anything. I did not start off in the beginning as a count Senate, which I could have done that. If I did that, then I would have been one of these guys, like doing this. But I have not got the opportunity to do that, so um, it didn't happen. I just started off as mayor, then I raised myself city council. I think it was city council, then mayor, and then no, it was mayor for me. And then I went up to governor, and then I went up. I'm the president. I am part of the Progressive Democrat. I am there, which is again the Progressive Democrats are the leftmost learning caucus of the Democrat Party, and they are very liberal positions on both social and fiscal issues. They are unlikely and find compromise with the Republicans. Okay, then you got modern, conservative, Republicans, modern, and the libertarians. Okay. And then we have the rankings and then the districts. Okay. So drum roll please on the Senate. Well, I'll be damned. We got we have the House and we have the Senate. So we can see again majority of people, if we look at the history, okay, we see that it went up and down. Okay, it fluctuated. So it went up back when I became president. So we got more. So it looked like some of the things, if I wanted to legalize marijuana, probably legalize marijuana, bitch. Okay. Politicians, here we go. Um, and then we have the committees on this side of the board. And then we have the caucuses, and then here, and then here. Okay. And then last but not least, the departments. Okay, the departments is departments from my departments that I have from the State Department, Treasury. Got more departments than that I had in the state. I didn't have no department. Oh yeah, I did have departments in the city, but the state I had all this. But federal I got all this from the state. I even have CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. I got the EPA, the Environmental Protection. I got the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, or the agent. Got Social Security Administration. Got the small business when I want to give some loans out to people. Then we got the NASA, okay, and then we got the FCC. Got the UN ambassador. I think I picked these people. I'm not really sure. I think I picked some of these people. I think. Okay. So yeah, so it just gives you a rundown. So you start here, give you a rundown. We just do this for history. So just give you a rundown, and it looked like I have more females than males on my department. There's Secretary of Commerce. There's Secretary of Labor, Secretary of Defense. There's Secretary of Health and Human Services, which is a female Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Secretary of Transportation, Secretary of Energy, Secretary of Education. There is Secretary of Veteran Affairs, Department of Homeland Security, the Office of Trade and Representative, the Office of National Intelligence, and also the Ambassador to the United Nations. They're all very liberal. Department of Offense and Management and Budget, the CIA, the Administration of Environmental Protection Agency, which is the EPA. We have Small Business Administration here. We have the FBI. We have the DEA, also followed by the SSA. We have the NASA. We also have the FCC. That's it. That's for records only. Okay. Now we come back to okay, that was the election and then campaign and then the office. Now, real quick, I'll try to see if as much as I can get done on this part of the video because I spent majority of the time giving you guys a rundown on what to expect and what break down the metrics to you guys and put that into history. Also, my cabinet. Now I'm going to show you guys the office summary. This is my chief of staff, Mr. Oliver Stevenson. And then again, these are all the concepts. Again, this is what I had to read to beat the elections. So it's very much read lengthy and it gives you very much information, very, very credible information. And you can go from getting started, it gives you all that, and then to the elections, like what you got to do, the platform, events, door knocking speeches, interviews, rallies, fundraising, your opponents, the marketing. Like I said, I was putting out attack ads. Like right here, look. Attack ads often influence voter enthusiasm for your opponents. I was definitely doing much more on attack ads because I was like, wow, I couldn't believe I had that opportunity. And then he gives you right here the election types from school board all the way to when it's going to be up for grabs. So right now, like I said, I tried that United States Senate and I just could not. I just didn't win. I guess I wasn't doing a whole bunch of door knocking. But president again here again as president, create and approve the federal national laws and federal budget. Write the federal budget, which is amended and approved by the state. The Senate and the House, and the president has the power to veto any legislation. Term is 4 years with a term limit of 2 terms. So again, I'm not going to have the opportunity to change the budget in 4 years. So you're going to have to re-elect me for another 4 more years. Then you have the election type, your opponent. So yeah, marketing staff, opening up volunteer services in other states and stuff. Like you go to Iowa and you will go to South Carolina, the presidential elections, the campaign map. That's how you travel through different states throughout the country. The public opinion and also getting your name recognition. Then you got the school when you're doing the school board, you got the school budget. It tells you the city budget, the federal budget. This is what I would have to read here if I was to, balance the budget. So right here, it tells you like this is what I have to do. The federal budget process starts with the president creating a budget based on a budget request from the federal departments and programs. The president may also propose new laws, change to the current laws, or change to tax policies. The change proposed in the president's budget may influence the creation of new laws. Once the president submit a budget to Congress, the budget committee of each congressional chambers will begin working on the budget resolution, a document that states how much money should be collected by the government and how much money should be spent. The budget resolution are specifics how much funding should go to each budget category such as military, education, or health. An amendment process occurs and the budget resolution is set for a vote. If each chamber budget resolution is approved in different forms, a conference committee made up of members from both chambers of Congress is brought together to create a conference report to average out the difference between both budget resolutions. And if the conference report passes, both chambers of Congress is enticed or enact at the new budget resolution. Otherwise, the old budget resolution continues to be used. The budget resolution is not a law and thus does not have to be approved by the president. It is guideline that is limit the kinds of laws that Congress can create. For instance, the budget resolution would prohibit the creation of any legislation that decreases tax resolution to a point below the limit authorized by the budget resolution, or it could prohibit legislation that would increase expedition exponential above the limit authorization. Expedite. Once the budget resolution process ends, the appropriate process begins. Each subcommittee of the appropriational committee creates the appropriate bill for the particular category of the government spending, such as military, education, health care. Finding in an appropriate bills cannot exceed the budget limit authorized by the budget resolution. Each appropriate bill goes through the amendment process and then vote is called to pass the appropriate bill. Any difference between the House bill and the Senate bill are averaged out in the conference report, and the appropriate bill is then signed into law by me, the president. In real life, the president could veto on an appropriate bill, but in the game, there is current no process or procedure to deal with the president veto of an inappropriate bill, so the president automatically approves the bill. And then it tells you how much. So basically, it tells you. So this meaning here, the mandated spending, is what we're spending out. we're spending out. When I show you this, this is when I show you the budget, it'll show what we're spending out. So it just shows that it's the mandated refers to any program that is in law must be funded, like Social Security or like drug programs and stuff. The money that we give into it, amount of these programs are funded by determined by the law and from eligibility rate and benefit amounts and mandated spending include like Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps. That's money that we're spending. And then the discriminatory money that we have to spend is like our police, the NASA, science, referred to a program that can be funded by discrete of Congress. Congress can fund each program as much as little as desire. So we must pay these. Are you still under me? Oh my goodness, love baby. You are. I'm gonna. You know I got big feet. Come on, boo. I'm gonna hurt you, baby. You know I'm trying to get comfortable just like you. I'm trying to do a game up here, a live tour up here. You want to be under me? I know, love, man. I know. Everybody, my cat, the infamous Butts. Praise God, from whom all blessing flow. Yes, my love, baby. You know I gotta give you a shout out. Shout out to Butts. Yeah, there you go, my baby. Yes, I love you. You know I do. You want to stretch your toes. Look at you. You're all comfortable. Yes, you do. I'm definitely gonna have a video showing him. Uh, and if you guys want to see him on the social media, he's on my page. His name is Butts, and he's gonna have his own little line out, which is gonna be a video, which he's gonna do commercial, like put a commercial together for cats and eating. Yes, my baby. I know my boo boo. Okay, so yeah, back to the game. All right, everybody, shout out to Butts. Oh, you guys could, when y'all, if y'all do follow me on the city skylines, there is a district named Butts. That's Butt Butts district. He has his own district in City Jersey. Okay. All right. So again, the discriminatory spending refers to any program that can be funded by Congress, such as programs such as Little Desire. Okay, we said that. It is also like the military, which I know it's going to be a lot of money in here. All right, and then here it gives you the creating of legislation process. That basically tells you who is going to go. But again, we have both the House and the representatives, so we're not going to worry about that. Hopefully, people don't want to turn on us because we do have people who like to turn on us. Okay, and then the governor approval and all that yada stuff, the budget, then your name, influence, metrics, ideology, and then other concepts. Okay, boom. Uh, all right, so I just started out week one, 2033. There's no jobs available. As far as legislation, let's see, I can create a legislation in taxes. I can create any of this. I can create legislation there. I can create legislation in education. I can create legislation in property. I can create legislation in health. I can create legislation in immigration. I can create legislation in veterans. I can create legislation in crime. And I could create legislation in other. Okay, and from once when the news come out, it'll give you in this part here legislation that has been created in the school, state, city, federal. Okay, and as far as the news go, city news it tells you like City Jersey tax had been the tax reform decreased property tax has gone down. It's going to go down. And then at a state level, gasoline tax is going to go up. And then at a national, because I'm the president, nothing has been enforced. Okay, boom. And that's right here basically what it says. And then here it says you have an unfilled protege spot and then select a new protege. So I think I have like my proteges here, which I'm not really familiar with those people, but it is what it is. Okay, so I have 40 remaining hours. I have the option to retire, I have the option to resign from office or replace him. But he's been my chief of staff for the longest, so he's all good. So I'm gonna have a meeting event today, right here, right now, real quick, with our Department of Education. Uh, so she says, Governor Clemens, the current graduation rate for students is number one state at 94.4% or 94.9, and this is 8.3 above the national level. And since 2032, the graduation rate has increased by 4. So that's kind of good. Thank you for that report. So we have a meeting with the Department of Health and Human Services. So it says it is good to see you, Governor. Which I'm not the governor anymore. So, oh yeah, wait. Oh, I have not became the president yet. I think. Wait, I am the president. Hold on, why they calling me the governor? Oh, wait. Am I the president elect or something? Because why they say I'm the governor? Hold on, let me see. Profile. I'm the president of the United States. Why they say I'm the governor? That's probably a mess up right there. Let me see. Transportation. Hello, Governor Clemens. Currently, I can report the approximate. I mean, maybe I meet with them one last time or something. Department of Correction, Governor Clemens. Okay, let me see what this is all about. New term. Let me just go to the next one. Okay, here we go. So week 2. Okay, so I had to meet with all of them, and then now, legislation. You know what? No. So this is legislation from a This is a legislation from the governor. So I can't create any, but the federal budget, boom. This is what we're looking at. Okay. Wow. So, yep, there's the 6 brackets right there. Okay. Now, guys, this is a whole lot compared to the motherfucking budget that the governor's budget. This here, we're looking at the presidential budget. And as you can see, holy schmoly, we're dealing with trillions here, my peoples. The treasury is in the shithole right now. Like we're in the red at $126 billion. And our deficit, the national budget is 27 trillion 96 923 billion 657 million. But we have the Social Security Trust Fund and the Medicaid Trust Fund. So, excuse me. So we have 6 brackets right here at 2 trillion. There's our flat taxes, which I'm not gonna mess with that. Earned income credit, which is a negative. Whew, what money do we got to work with? Where's our budget at? Because we have no budget here. Where are we pulling money from? Mandate, discriminatory administration costs. So this is our taxes and finance. So from the treasury, she's saying that this is our debt, the approximately 72,014 per citizen. In the year the federal government had a budget surplus of 61. This year, where's our surplus at? 61 what? Where? On whose TV? I don't see no surplus, honey. I see a surplus of 126 negative, a budget deficit, because I don't see no surplus. I know $61 billion. The federal government paid 590 trillion for entry payments and national debt, which is approximately 1,530 per citizen. Funds did not reduce the national debt. Of course not, honey. And interest of the national debt makes up 13% of the federal spending and provided no public benefits to our constituents. Look how much we owe to domestic and foreign investors. Until the debt is paid off, the federal government must make interest payments to these investors. And we're looking at how much? 27 what? Trillion? 796 billion? 733,652,237 dollars? Well, I'll be damned. And we're spending, oh my God. Wow. Health and Human Services, what is she saying? The Department of Health and Human Services is responsible for overseeing, yes, the Welfare Relation Program. So apparently we have 332 million people who has access to health care with approximately 210 in private insurance with 39 million under Medicaid and 77 under Medicare. And it breaks down the proportional wise from Medicaid all the way to our TANF. So apparently, out of the 39 million individuals, there's a 10% of the population. The federal share for Medicaid is about $257 trillion. And Medicaid provides 77 million. That's 20% of the population at a cost of how much? 1,9,743,355,890 dollars. And since last year, access Medicare has increased by 1,655,177 recipients. And out of the TANF temporary assistance for needy family, the provides temporary source for income for low families in a program known as welfare. And we've been dishing out to 11 million people under a cost of 13 trillion 993. That's a lot. Reduce poverty by 3%. So hold on, let me see. So here we have the university. There's no university health care, but here is our mandate spending, and we're spending 247 trillion. And then in the Medicaid expansion, let's see, Medicaid individuals fall within rate. Without Medicaid expansion, state could limit it who receives Medicaid. We're paying out 15 trillion. And the TANF welfare temporary assistance for needy family is at 22.1%, and that's at 5,650. We're paying out 13 trillion. I'm sorry, 13 billion we're paying out. 940. Okay, so this is 13 billion. This is 15 billion. This is 247 billion, not trillion. Okay. So that's a lot of money. So again, like I said, before it gets better, it got to get worse. And majority of the money that I will take away would be for some of these programs here, because again, I think that this is way too far much more money that is being assistance and gone to these administration. I just got to see. I got to see how it plays out. You feel me? Okay, so horticultural. Okay, so yeah, I think so too. I'll probably just go ahead and show everything in here, and then on my next video, I'll probably just go ahead and start in because it is taking up a lot of time here because I had to show a lot of process. But we'll see. Just want to do this because I want to look back again on everything that I have done now, and then when I'm finished with the term, I'll just see what changes that I've done, because it's really hard to see that when you're doing this, because I think the metric doesn't change. I think it changes every year, so got to see. Okay, so here in the Department of Horticulture, here we have the SNAP program, which is definitely known as food stamps, is providing to 53 million people, help reduce the poverty effective by 1.5%. And here is the WIC, who is about 6 million. and here free lunch 9 million. So again, if we have to make some of these cuts, it would be to these programs, because again, we want people to get a job. We want people to work. Even if you have a disability, you can still work. Okay, people don't really know that, but you can still work if you have a disability. If it's not permanent or to the point where you are dying or your last sick bed, then you can still work to make your money and get your, your taxes at the end of the day. You feel me? But in the same way, these programs are created to help and assist. And I think if we fix the poverty level, I think some of these numbers will go down. We start weighing people off of SNAP. You feel me? And I think it has to work across the board. It does start at a national level, because where is it going to go from? There's nobody controlling the national. So it's the national, then the state, then the city. So if we fix this, then it'll start fluctuating through the boards. But right now, we got 53 million people on SNAP receiving these are vouchers to help low income families purchase food. So if we can get people off of SNAP to get jobs, that would be something that would work. You feel me? And I definitely want to see how the job thing is. And I think, do they have the jobs? Yeah, I don't recall seeing the jobs, but we'll see what they have in the jobs. Okay, so here again, this will be what we'll be taking away, because again, we're sending about 9 billion in here and 2 billion in here. So yeah, so we have to see. I don't even think they have. Let me see. Department of Labor. Okay, there's no report coming from the Department of Labor, but this is where our jobs will come from. So let's see. The unemployment insurance program provide recent unemployment individuals with the source of revenues while they look for new employment benefits. It's a individual receiving benefits. So at 6%, 7,000. I need a report, Molly. Like Miss Molly, I need a report. Okay. Um, this would be the mandated. Okay, so we really don't have that much when it comes to our labor. You just have the unemployment payroll taxes and the discriminatory payment for high school equivalent program for unemployment, which that's if we put that under true, it's going to create more money out of our pockets, which we don't have to spend. And then so far, again, if we wanted to cut back on services, the Training and Employment Service providing funding for training and employment services, which is responsible for distributing funds that creates and promote job training programs, is about, so far it's about 3 trillion. No, yep, it's 3,593,000,000, and that's a budget. So we can definitely, um, try to make it work out across the board on that level. Um, so yeah, so again, if this would be something that we want to pull out, we can pull money from here. So Molly, I need a report next time, okay? Education. He's saying that we have approximately 56 million people in school at graduation at 86.6%. Education funding for low income school grants are at 10 trillion 86 million. I'm sorry, it's 10 billion 86 million. So that again would be one of the services that we will lower money from if we wanted to balance the budget. Here it shows the dropout rate, which it shows here at a national. It says the school limit indicated 654,000 students dropped out of school during the course of the year. Dropout rate is at 13.4%, which is bad. And since 2032, the dropout rate has decreased. It ain't. It decreased by 1%, but it's too high at 13.4. We want to try to make that better. So far, we have college university data. It gives you how many people from their associates to their graduate degree, and also it tells you how many people increase since last year. So 56,158 students. Needs based higher education grants. I think this is something that has been implemented because it tells you The number of grants provided to decrease by 232, and it gives you expense at 15 billion. Okay, the free community college, which we see that it is working for 4 million people at a cost at 14 billion. And then the preschool statistics from preschool is at 6 million. Federal funding preschool 1 million, public preschool 2 million, private preschool 2 million, and the university preschool federal government provides preschool to low income families at a cost at 9 billion. Without this program, roughly 2 million children might not have access to preschool. Okay, and then we have Department of Transportation. Uh, there is approximately 42% of the experienced congestions at the roads at being 91% good quality. So what I was learning from a state from the state view, they were telling me that I had to take money from out of certain programs to maintain certain budgets. Now she's saying the same thing. The gasoline tax is currently at 0.184 per gallon of gasoline and provide tax revenue of approximately 15 trillion, 15 billion, 647 million. And currently, gasoline tax revenues are insignificant to fully fund all road projects, and funding for these projects will need to come from other sources of revenues. And I would kind of think that that would be a big problem because if this is not if this is not funding at a rate of 42 for congestions, and you look at here, they're looking at a whopping, like a whopping 49 billion. Okay, and then we have the interstate highway maintenance, who is providing funding to perform maintenance and repairs. Then we have the Federal Aviation Administration, which is the FFA, which is our federal aviation, our airports in our country. And then we have the Federal Transit Administration, FTA, which provides the Federal Transit Administration is responsible for managing the mass transportation across the nation. The FAA is responsible for managing commercial air traffic and protect the air travelers. And the FRA are the people who are in charge, which is the Federal Railroad Administration, responsible for creating and overseeing railroad. Now, I wish that there was money in all of these um, um, uh, budgets because, again, like I said, in the country that we are living in today, as far as our trains and buses throughout the country, we only have Greyhound, and we have Amtrak and Accelera. That's it. If you go to China, Japan, they have so many train services. It's unbelievable. They can get you from certain places, and it's unbelievable. And this is the reason why, because the service they're monopolizing services, and it's that. And I think they're only doing that because they don't have the funding. And I can understand, or I couldn't understand, but I can understand in real life. I can see why and how if they're dealing with all this and they're giving a whopping 49 billion, 28 billion, like billions, and nothing's being done because we still have a 42% of congestions. Then again, we're gonna have to get the money from other places. And again, um, it got to get worse before it gets better. So yeah, we'll have to like maintain money on here for our defense. Now, defense is telling us that it's responsible for managing and coordinating all branches of the military, including the Army, Navy, and Air Force. So here we have roughly about 3 million personnel. So we have from the Army, Navy, Marine, Air Force, Army Reserve, Navy Reserve, Marine Reserve, Air Force Reserve, Army National Guard, Air National Guard, and other Department of Defense, with a total of 3 million. Now, these are everything that we're paying. This is our mandated spending for Army personnel, and they're getting roughly about 50 million, a whopping 50 million. Okay, within our Navy, Marine, and also Air Force, Army, Navy, and here these are is this is all the money that we're providing for people, Out of 3 million people, this is majority the money that we're spending. And I think, again, this is a lot of money. This is a lot of money. We're not fighting any wars. We're not fighting anything. So I can't even tell you like how much how much money. It doesn't give you a grand total. But if you was to add this up, 8 billion, 31 million, 32 billion, 8 billion. We're in a billion. No budget here besides the Marine Reserve Operation funding is in the millions. Everything is in the billions, billions, billions. It's a lot of money when it comes to our mandate spending, which is carrying out over here at over trillion. We're at 1 trillion, 171 billion, 19 billion, 916,105 dollars. That's a lot of money. Okay. Then we have our foreign affairs for them, and then we have the Department of Justice, which she's telling us that the prisoners in federal prisons are 582,000, and it's spending about $19 billion, and it tells you how much in the violent crimes. So with the violent crimes at 17, property. Oh, I can't even look at that because I'm doing a budget. I was gonna go to the metric. So apparently, 19 billion is housing approximately 582,000 people, and so far they are in the billions too, from the FBI to the ATF to the DEA and drug courts. Now they're all maxed out. Well, there's no drug courts. There's no federal drug courts. Again, that would be how much money compared to if we was to break it down on how much we're spending out of the $19 trillion. So you figure 19 trillion for that. You figure the drug courts will bring in. Well, we'll be spending about six billion. But again, it provide grants in states and cities to administrate drug courts. If we had a problem with that, like our drug courts would be jurisdiction over the administration. But right now, this is all the red, state, red. This is a no go. Like we're not spending, or if this was all yes, our treasury and our deficit and our definitely our national debt would be over what we're seeing right now. Okay, everything is red. Besides, the federal prison system is maxed out, and the judicial branch is not maxed out. But I can tell you that there's other things that are maxed out. We have our Homeland Security, which deals with the mandate spending on our border security, to our ICE, immigration customs. It's not maxed out, but it's like budget. Secret Service is funding. Secret Service responsible for protecting politician figures such as me. The president responsible for combating financial crimes and such as counterfeiting, citizenship, immigration, transportation, security agency, the Coast Guard. We have the Federal Emergency Management, which is FEMA, which is responsible for the national disaster and also for the state and local government address issues resulting from national disaster. We have the National Protection and Program Directory, which definitely provide national protection to physical and cyber infrastructure for potential threats. We have custom agents, which is who is responsible for collecting and importing terrorists and maintaining border security at this point, the entry into our country, including the seaport and airways. And mind you, the current administration said that they were going to build a wall, but apparently they said Mexico was going to pay for it. But if that's true, and they do have a custom agency here, it's like if we had more money into this, then we wouldn't have to worry too much to be spending it on a wall that we can nearly afford. If this is really, we're not really in this amount of national debt, but if you have to, do it across the board, it's like you have to take out money to put money into certain things and balance in the budget. And that's going to be a lot when it comes to our spending, mandate spending, and also, money coming from certain things. Social Security. So with the report for Social Security, provides financial assistance approximately 63 million. Individual at a cost at not. So let's go ahead and do this. Million. We got hundred thousands, million, billion, trillion, 1 trillion, 340 million, billion, 926 million, 316,000. And without Social Security, approximately 33 million retirees would become provisioned, meaning that they definitely won't have coverage in the Social Security program. Okay, so again, it's a yes across the board. This is how much mandate spending. That's a lot when it comes to the federal disability program providing com- comprehensive payments to federal employments who have been injured during the employment in the federal government. So therefore, again, like I said, there was some people who were saying that they had increased the Social Security eligibility rate age. Did some I seen some videos they had at 71, they had some at 70, they had some at 60. Okay, so but this is the revenues of how much we're bringing in, but we're spending out more than we're bringing in. So it's like, where is our surplus here? So we have to balance this. Our environmental protection, which we have no report on that, which we need to report on, is provide funding. The EPA, which is responsible for creating policy and regulations that help protect the environment and help assure citizens are provided with safe and healthy environment. Social Security just went to them. The NASA, which is the um, department that is responsible for aero and aerospace research for civil space program, and so far we're putting in that much money. And then communication is our discriminatory spending, which provide funding to the FCC, which is responsible for regulating interstate communication such as radio, television, and internet. And then last but not least, our other spending, and that this is coming from Office of Personal Management, the NSF, the legislation branch, which I'm kind of shocked because, um, let me see, the State Department. I think I mixed out on one of these. Department of Justice. Federal president. Because I was like oh, maybe at a state level, but I was seeing like one of these things was like maxed out. Like our legislation branch like maxed out. One of these like one some of them was maxed out. Okay. So I've showed y'all all the everything in the presidential budget, from taxes to healthcare to agriculture to the defense, housing, urban development. Did I miss anything? Department of Defense, transportation, Department of Justice, Department of Labor, Homeland Security, energy, uh, Department of Internal Commerce, Environmental Protection, Social Security, NASA, Communication, and others. So to make this long, turn this from long to short. What I've learned is that to fix all this, I don't have to touch a thing. What I do is, and I really told y'all this in the beginning, I didn't even see this button right here where it said balance the budget. And I was just, mixing it up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and balance the budget. And for records, this is all going to change here. So as this change, I may not know what it changed. So for record, I see these numbers are here. And then I'm going to go ahead and press this. And then I'm going to continue. And it balanced something. As you can see, the treasury has gone to zero. The budget deficit surplus had this. And I don't know if any of this other stuff changed. I don't even know what changed. But we will see what changed as I submit the budget right here, right now. And I have already submitted. And I am now the president of the United States. So I'm going to see if I can do a couple of terms, and then I'm just going to go ahead and end it off. All right. So at a news, so at a state level, Okay, so hold on. Let me just go to politician real quick and put this into to play. The current mayor of City Jersey is who? Earl Ramos. He's the mayor of City Jersey. Who is the governor? Annie Unk. Oh, governor of New Jersey. So he took my spot in federal. I'm the president. Okay. So yeah, so we still have the House and we still have the state. Okay, cool. Any let's see the news. So in New Jersey, so we gotta go to national. There's nothing national. So state, they saying the governor expressed the opposition of need higher learning. He vetoed legislation. Okay. Okay, boom. We'll just be looking at national. All right, let's go back to the office. Let's go to next turn. Oh, let me see if there's any jobs available. Okay, there's no jobs available. My contacts, these are all my contacts. And I can tell you during my um, campaign organization, they were donating a lot. There was a lot of money coming from these people. As you can see, we do have some conservatives and all this other stuff, but it is what it is. I didn't choose them; they chose it for me. I just pressed the button and they were just there. Okay, so next term. Okay, so there's nothing really up for. All right, next term, week 4. Okay, the metrics really don't really change like that because everything hasn't gone into law. So if you was to press it, nothing would change. It's like the same, right? But the news change, if anything. Anything, the news going on in New Jersey. Okay, news is going on in New Jersey. See, as I said, it's not really you can really do anything at this point. Not at this point in level time. Um, because okay, here we go. So nation news. Okay, so here we go. Um, so I think this is where we can see what these. What is HR1? Okay, tax, income tax. So Archibald has said he expressed opposition to H1 HR. So there's a way of how you can see like these how do you see what these things are? I wanted to see like how can I see like what the the laws are, the legislation. There was a tab that you can see what the legislations are. Is it here? No, it's not here. The metrics. No. Okay, news. All right, boom. Okay, nothing in week 7. Nothing in week 8. Okay, so at some point, let me see. I'm gonna see if we can do minimum wage. Let me see if we can do that as a legislation. Where's minimum wage? That would be under poverty and minimum wage is at $10. Let's see if we can increase this. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do 1010. Since today is 1010, 2020, I'm gonna do 1010 for minimum wage and see if that passed. Okay, successfully submitted. Okay, here we go. Okay, okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is how you get to the legislation part. Okay, so it's here. So legislation. So let me see what this legislation was. This legislation that he did was HR2. He opposed it. What was that other one? Here we go. HR1. So it's here. Wait, go back. No office. Okay, here we go. Federal H1. Here we go. So it's an income tax money for individuals. The cap. So, order to help fund the government traditional U.S. income tax bracket detail, the bill becomes law with the following percentage tax bracket. So this is submitted by Mr. Pelham, and he is. Hold on, let me see. Okay, Archibald is there. PA District 8. Okay, and his history is what? Okay, committee. He's on the same committee I am on. Well, he is. I'm a progressive Democrat too. Okay, so that's his. So I just submitted a minimum wage is the lowest hourly wage that employee permitted to increase. So I increased it from 1010 to 1010. 1010. I increased it there. So hopefully that bill goes into law. Uh oh. They say his bill didn't make it. They're saying his bill has failed to make it out of the committee with the vote of 732. And it don't tell you, it don't show you who voted. Let me see. 732. Um, Granted to the bill here and the bill assigned to the House Ways Mean Committee and it submitted tax. Oh, but it okay. So I think it's going down like this, so it's going up. I'm not really sure, but according to the news, let me see. It will be here. Wait. He's saying that's my bill. They're talking about. Okay, whatever. H3. Well, we got to pay attention to the national. Okay, so let's see if it becomes law. So let's see, next term. Okay, so boom, it has been assigned to the House Education and Workforce Committee, which we can see right here. Let me see. That would be the right here, Education and Workforce Committee. So all these people is more Democrats it is on here. So hopefully everybody here would be on board. I don't see nobody from New Jersey on here, but hopefully it'll be on board for that, right? And so they granted a bill for hearing political influence. So has made it to the committee a vote from 21 to 17. So apparently they outweighed them. So hopefully it'll make wonders. Um, there's no jobs. Let me see events. Let me see. Let's go ahead and do some money, raise some money. There about 3 hours. I got 40. Continue. I raised 332,242 has been added to my campaign. Like I tell you, it doesn't give you a total how much I got here now, but I wish it did, man. In my campaign, I had billions of dollars, man. Okay, next. Okay, so my increase in minimum wage has I experienced politician and experience points, reputation, influence, 241 added here. Um, Chairperson Dale Jagger, I was running against him. Granted your bill for a hearing. He was running for president and he lost. Because I remember I put campaign ads on him like crazy because he was putting campaign ads on me like crazy. It has made it to the committee with 1111. Look, today is 10/10/2020, and it made it for a vote of 1111 when we're trying to increase the minimum wage to 10/10. Okay, so let's see. Is that a good thing? I guess it is. Let's see. Next term, we're going to have a hearing. Let's see. Party message from Speaker of the House. I think you have created some great legislation here. Thank you so much, sir. Majority Party leader said he says I couldn't have written a better legislation, and then all the Libertarian, modern Republican, they're gonna have little negativity to say this legislation is it currently stated do not have the support of our caucuses. They also say that when deciding on how to vote on legislation, one should consider the consequences of legislation. How our colleagues vote on this legislation may influence whether it becomes law. So basically, they're saying no across the board, honey. Okay. They saying that I believe this legislation has been written with the best intent, but I do not believe it would be good for our constituents. We must oppose increasing. See, I wish I can go to y'all individually, which I can and I will when I'm offline to see what y'all have to say with supporting minimum wage because I know y'all have answer no, no, no. You black brother. I understand why you don't want to do it, but I can understand why. But it's all good. Let's see. The committee here, conservative Democrat, says that this legislation will be good for our constituents, and therefore it has our supports of the caucuses. Thank you so much. The coalition for them, they say our caucus will be opposing this legislation in the upcoming vote, and I hope we can count everyone opposing. Democrat coalition opposed. Y'all opposing? Okay, well, I wasn't with y'all. I'm progressive, honey. I'm progressive, honey. Progressive. I can tell you that this is a sponsor. This is sponsor legislation worked very hard and did a very great job. And this legislation has my full support and support of the caucuses and of the caucus. And the support of this legislation will be granted and appreciated. And you know what, bitch? I'm the president of the United States of America, and I can say whether it's going to be supported or not. And I'm going to say I oppose. Nah, I support, honey. It has now became law. So let's go to the news and let's see what it says. It says the law sponsored by Kareem Clemens, HR2, has made it to the desk of the president's waiting veto and sign, which I have already signed that baby into law, honey. Okay, right here, President Kareem Clemens has signed HR2 into law, and the title minimum wage summary of law increased minimum wage from $10 to 10.10. Get into it, honey. Get into it. Okay. You have successfully completed the following challenge campaign promise to increase minimum wage. Hello, somebody. I have increased minimum wage on 10/10/2020 to $10.10 right here on my first term as president of the United States of America. Yay! Woo! Woo! You gotta celebrate with me, bots? I just raised income. I just raised minimum wage, buddy boy. Look at you all comfortable and snuggle. You had gourmet food. That's why. So yes, I have Pat. That's my first piece of legislation that I had put in. So I don't know like the metrics. I don't think the metrics change, but hopefully that would work in our poverty because we got to give to the people. Like we have to put more money in their pockets because if they're making money ends meet and they have to work two, three, four jobs, it's like damn. Population 385, 300, 3,085, 385 million we have. Okay, so yes, so the poverty hopefully is going down because we want to end all poverties, and again, we want to try to get everybody out of the shelter, like permanent house, because again, we're giving money into all these programs, which again is going to be a disaster. And if we can help everybody, we can help everybody. Excuse me. We have a green surplus of $61 billion. So hopefully, we start seeing some. We start seeing some. We got a green here. We got a green here for Medicare funds. We just need to fix our road trust fund, and we need to fix our Social Security fund, which we're in the billion. Oh, we are hundreds, thousands, million, billion. So 60 billion for them and 270 billion. That's our deficit, and we have a surplus in green, but we're spending a total of 1 trillion in Social Security, and we're revenue at 1 trillion. So we're 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 spending more than we're bringing in. And then a road fund is like we're spending more to make it better, but we're only saving or we only have 15 trillion or 15 billion. This one be the treasury fund will be 2 trillion. 2 trillion, and then we're bringing in. So let's see, we're almost. Yeah, yep. We have 61 as a deficit. I mean, as a surplus. So that would be how much we're being. But between these two and these two, this is how much, especially way within this. That's $270 billion, which we need to fix that at some point. And then again, it's like here's mandated the percentage, the university health. Let me see, that's gone up. Um, Mandate that's mandated, and then here are the services that we're putting out for people. If we didn't have this, it would be it'd put money back into the treasury. It will fix this number. Well, not necessarily, not that number. It will fix this number here. We will fix that. Let's see, Social Security, and here's our military right here. Total of 155 billion dollars. That's only at 3.3%. Military. That'll be going over there. The military budget. Let's see. Here's the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The and see these are all the programs that are false. So we're not really paying for any of this. And I think at some point when we do this, it'll take away some of this. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but if I did try to do it, it would be definitely again, like I said, it gotta get worse before it get better. So I'm just showing you guys this as well, putting it on the record. It's a challenge. Like I said, it's a challenge, and I think it's not, and I think and that does explain. Like I don't see how somebody would if you're seeing this right here. People saying that they want to be president of the United States. Why do they want to be president of the United States when you got to go through all of this? And like I said, this will be something. You know what? I encourage Andrew Yang, the former president candidate, Andrew Yang. I encourage uh, former president candidate Andrew Yang to play this game as president. Like I really want to see. I wonder if they really play these games to see if, even if the numbers are not matched up or whatever, but play this game and see if you are really capable of being the president of the United States. Because he said make America think harder, and that is math. That is part of his campaign with Andrew Yang. So this is all dealing with numbers here, honey. And if he is wanted to be the president, I want to see him. Maybe he could play this. Maybe he could play Democracy 4. Maybe he could play Democracy 3, or he could play Government Simulator. Play one of these games and see if you got what it takes to uh, balance the budget on these games. Because definitely, it's telling you on the different things that we can do to save our country money. And then Andrew Yang was definitely saying that every person or every citizen should get like a check of $200 every month. But is that really the case here when it comes to our economy? So, like, where would that money come from? Uh, he was saying that it was called university income or something. But again, look at all these departments. This is money that we're spending out. We're spending a total of $51 billion. And if we had all these, like as from a standpoint, from a state and city levels, that would definitely be more. But look at the percentage of how much is impacting. And we received that letter from the Department of Justice, or whether or not it was working or not. Look at the Department of Veteran Affairs. Here's public housing. That's mandated $16 billion. Let me see something. Permanent housing, 1 million. Okay, and permanent housing, 1 million. And then we had the what is that at? Medicaid. What did I see? That was 1 million, and I seen the permanent housing. That there's I want to see it before I lose. Where the hell is it? That's under the budget. I mean, did I pass it or something? Okay, maybe it's here. Okay, so refugees. I think it was here. I know I just seen it. God darn it. Well, anyway, Social Security. This is our army, military. Here is our WIC. These are all, again, this is when it says mandated, this is all the money that we're spending in 84 billion dollars. This is how much money, and that's only serving about 1.8 percentage. So, again, from the reports from the Department of my department, my cabinet members, it was telling me that it was making it better or wasn't making it better, but it shows it here. And I think at some point we will see that when it comes to our food nutritionists. Then we have the farm service. We have the related agency programs, Department of Homeland Security. And again, this is some of the money that we will have to cut back from making it better for other people, because again, maybe it could be too much money, maybe it may not be too much money, maybe just be just enough. I don't know, but obviously we are in a hell of a shit when it comes to money that we cannot afford. Here we go, housing. I knew I all right, housing. I didn't know I was that far down in the game. Okay, so housing, the public housing. Okay, so we see that under it, it was about 1 million people that we was shelter into permanent housing. So out of that 1 million here, especially for the homeless, this is we're into 14 trillion dollars, right? Because we got hundreds, thousands, billion, million, million, billion. So 14 billion. And that's a lot of money. I say that's a lot of money. And again, if I was to do something that was to create a change and taking out money out of the budget, it would be from this 44 billion dollars. Okay, sorry about that alarm. Somebody's alarm going off. Okay, next would be the area enhancement. Okay, never heard about that. Wow, Office of Science has dropped dramatically. It's gone down. I'm not really sure. Maybe the money wise. Office of Health and Safety and Security. They took money from out of that. Office of Environmental Management. They took money from that. So yeah, highway maintenance. So this would be again where, and I showed you guys in this in the metrics too in the overview. This would be the money. This would be the areas where the money will come from, especially from the unemployment. Even though we say that it's bad, it's just that you got to balance it across the board. Legislation branch, because that's because crime has gone up. That's why. hmm NRA, National Association Rifle, National Rifle Association. Excuse me. Okay, so overview. Okay, again, here we go. Again, I'm not really sure if these numbers are changing, but it just seems like if I look at this now and then go back to it, maybe it may change, but when the policies are in play. So here, my promise has gone up. How? I think that's under my okay, here we go. My challenges. Hmm. It says that my campaign promise was to pass legislation to increase the national minimum wage. The other one was to reduce the Social Security, and the other one was, here we go. Here we go. They are pass legislation that reduce income taxes. Week 38. And they are asking me to, okay, so okay, this is what they're asking me to do. Oh, that's what's up. So we have obligation. Okay, so here's something new. And I just found this out here. Okay, so this is what they're asking me to do out of my throughout my administration. So my constituents is asking me, they're requesting me to either pass legislation, reduce income taxes. That's what I um I wanted to do. Um, is to bring this down, reduce income taxes, write legislation that reduce income taxes. Week 38. That's when it expires. So between now and week 38, I have to try to do this. Um, no, I wanted to lower it down. If I was to lower this down, my promise, campaign promise, would not be fulfilled because I wanted to bring that down. And then here it is. This one here passes to reduce income taxes. And let me see. They all in the same bracket, so they want me to do it again. So let me see this. Income increase Social Security. They want me to do that. Let me see. Oh, this is my district. District Senate district. This is they giving me districts on my district. My contacts. Let me see something. Let's go. Let's do education, and let's give a speech. Let's give a speech here. Okay. And yeah, because this is these are the, I think this is the boards that I'm on, organization. I think there's a board that I'm on. National. I'm pretty sure these are the boards that I'm on. I think because I don't think I can do anything with them. Like, say for instance, like if I come I think her, I can't really do any activities with her because, oh shit, damn it, good lord, Cat, by the end your back is gonna be fucking broke out because I'm kicking your back with my sneakers. I don't understand why you are still under me. Okay, I gotta sit another way because you are definitely. I'm so sorry, bro. Look, I don't know. It's this chair that I have, and now it's like he wants to lay under the chair, and he's definitely by my feet. And I made a mistake and kicked him in his back. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, he's like sleeping. He's like paying no mind. Okay, cool. All right. So shout out to Butts again. All right, so this is organizations support interests in business owners and corporations by advocating pro business, and their trust is 28, and they're in concern. See, I who I um uh, who I, look. Let me explain something to you. I when I did this, I they told me to contact. I don't know where these people came from. I really don't know where these people came from. Like I do know, like, is this part of the group that I'm on? I don't know. Like I gotta learn this. I gotta learn this. Like first of all, if you want to learn how what this is all about, you just come here to your office and then come to concepts and let's see. Let's go to contacts because I'm really not understanding who these contacts. Okay, so organization, PAC, political action campaign organizations are groups of people with specific set values and interests. Can introduce you yourself to the organization contact, attend an event, organization contact like you're enough. They provide you with speech opportunities. Okay, so they like me enough to do the speech opportunity. PAC provide donations during elections. Okay, so the election people I don't really have to worry about. I don't really have to worry about these people because they're like liberal conservatives. Okay, cool. So I just have to more like deal with these people because they are the higher the trust, they'll give me opportunity to give a speech. Okay, so let's do one in this county. Okay, it gives us that. Okay, boom. All right, because I'm like, yo, like, what's the deal with that? All right, the video is going on 2 hours and some change. This is a longer video because I am the president of the great of the United States, and I had to give you guys some overview or the beginning because again, this is my first term, and I really don't want to do bad. I really want to try to put in as much as I can, and I'm just doing it for the power of the people. Again, this is Political Process where I'm the President of the United States, Season 1, Episode 4 on 10/10/2020. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Kareem Clemens, and I am playing political processor where I am the president of the United States of America here in the game. And I rose through the rank of being city Jersey mayor, and then I was the governor of New Jersey, which you can see from my stats here, my history there. And then I became a nominee for governor, and then now I became a governor, and then now nominee for president, and now I became president. Okay, so my term is up 2037. So I have like 3 more years, 4 more years. And I just started out. So it's my first year and week 12. And I've been doing some things. So far, I have already passed legislation to increase the legislation increase the minimum wage from uh, $10 to 10.10. Okay, so that was something that I'm excited and it was able to pass into law. Okay, so let's see. Something's on my desk. Okay, you have successfully completed the challenge and come and come. Okay, they did say I did that. Okay, so now they're telling me to reduce the taxes. Okay, now what? Yeah, there's no jobs up. Okay, so the news state made the government does HR 3. And again, if you want to see what an HR is, you just go to legislation and then just go to news. And then in the state, HR 3 is what? Insurance, recently insurance individual source. They want to, I think they want to increase it, make it better. Okay, boom. Um, again. Okay, now let's see. The next one would be reduced income taxes. So the legislation for that would be, I'm not really sure because um, I, 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 I can't like, I could fix this, but okay, I probably don't like, you guys know what I'm saying. Hold on, let me go back to this. Okay, what I'm saying is, you see this? So it's telling me to write legislation that reduces income tax rates. Now, oh, let's go up here. Now, if you come here and you see the initial tax rate by tax bracket, it gives you the 1, 2, all the way to 6. And it gives you the 10.5, the 16.5, the 30, 27. This is what it already is already. So my thing is what? Come here, go here, come here, and then do like what? Okay, so this is 1050. So let's do 1025. Can it do 1025? Okay, I can only jump by there. Okay, it was 1050. Okay, let's do no 10. Can you do it like this? It was 1050. So we're gonna do 1045. This one we're gonna do like a percentage down. So boom. And then for them, it gotta go boom. and then for them go boom, and then for them go boom, and them down. Standard deduction, personal. No, I'm gonna leave that alone, and I'm gonna continue, right? Because that's what they asked me to do. They asked me to uh they told me that they asked me that. They yeah, they did say that. Okay, so here we go. Look, reduce income tax bracket. Now Social Security benefits. Hold on. I need to do one at a time. Let me see if I could do this reduce passage that increase Social Security benefits. Oh, I can't do it because I knew it. Let's do that and then let's see what it says here. The House Ways and Means Committee. Okay, so the legislation for uh, okay, what was that? They wanted me to wait. Um, pass legislation that increase Social Security benefits. Initial benefits is 21,000. Okay, let's do $100 more. There we go. Um, continue. Let's do that and let's put that into. Let me see. They got me in the news for that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's saying that by legislation, the HR 3 has been approved 372 to 63. Um, Let me see what else is it that they want me to do. In week 42, but that's not now. They want to keep doing that. I just did that and they got to request a hearing. Let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and do this for the hearing now. Um, Legislation. This is my bill. Provide stable income to retire income. So I'll be there. Okay, so boom. Okay, so let's see what they're looking for now. Okay, let's see. This is for my income taxes. Okay, he's saying this is not a good legislation. Okay, he's saying that from majority. Let's see what other people say. This is not to bring. Okay, I understand y'all saying this bad, but because I'm lowering the taxes on um certain people, or maybe they just telling me to. Oh God, maybe this is bad for everybody. Let me see. Decided on how to vote, unless I consider the consequences of the city. Said no. Uh, it's worth supporting. Republicans report support. They say this legislation is a bad idea. A good. They saying is a good idea. Progressive believes that she has been written with the best intent, but I do not believe it will be a good for our constituent. We must oppose it. We generally appreciate colleagues who join us rejecting this legislation. Okay, let's see. Okay, so maybe if I oppose it, and then I'll go back and only decrease the tax bracket for the upper middle, because I guess it's because the fifth and the sixth and the sixth, the fifth and the fourth is being decreased. That's probably what it is. Oh boy, I don't know. Um, okay, a lot of people said don't do it, so I'm not gonna do it. But that's the challenge they told me to do, right? First of all, let me see something. Hold on, let me see this guy. He's a progressive, liberal, liberal, and then progressive, progressive, libertarian caucus. And I ran against you. He ran again. He ran for president. I ran against him because I remember I put a tag ad on his ass. Okay, all right. See, that would have looked bad for the Democrat and gained points for the Republican. So I'm just gonna not. I had took that off. Let's see. She granted yes. Let's go ahead and do events. Let's fundraise 40 hours for my party. See how much money you bring in. Fundraise effort earned 3,490 political points and raised 4,362,639 for the Democratic Party. Which I'm telling you, it is mad money when it comes to, and I can't write no legislation if I wanted to. All right, so let's see. This here is the Oh, look. Oh, yes, honey. Oh, oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, my Lord, my God. That is what's up. Thank you that I did listen to them and I did listen to my intuition because it says here that I successfully completed the following challenge, which is uh, to reduce income taxes, which that was one of my challenges that I had to do. However, uh, it was that political point that happened. Okay, boom. This is for Social Security. Let's see what they're saying. He's saying you should be proud of this legislation. Okay, they did ask me to do that. He's saying the same thing. Okay, so these are people from legislation is not right for the Constitution or constituents. Oh, my foot is itching at the bottom. Oh, I'm gonna have to end at the minute because it's almost over. Legislation effective. He's saying no. Legislation is not good for our constituents. He's saying no. Um, they're saying regarding full support from all you guys. Thank you. Uh, they will be opposing. Congress opposing this. They say no. And let's see what they say. Good legislation. Is it going to be a law? Let me see the bill. Uh, so the bill is saying Democrats is saying 241 yes because we have majority of both. We have the House and we have the Senate, so we're going to get respect from all of them. The Commissioner on the Social Security Administration testimony says that this legislation will cost, let's see, hundreds, thousands, million, billion, trillion, 1 trillion, and provide 63 million retired Social Security. It will bring in tax revenue of 1 trillion 51 billion 701, not 701, it's 701 uh million 555,000. Compared to the current policy, legislation will increase the spending by 996 million and decrease tax revenue by zero and decrease access to Social Security by zero retirees. The testimony, she says that it is estimated that without Social Security, nearly 40% of the retirees will live in poverty. With Social Security, the number is reduced to 10%. This legislation will increase benefits to recipients, decrease the number of retirement living in poverty. Continue support. Okay, your HR 4 into law. This has now become a law. The bill has become a law with the following policy: payroll tax at 5.10%, average benefits 21,016 at a eligibility rate of age of 68. So this is a stable income to retiree income to provide by revenues by taxpayer cuts. So I gave them more money. So they agree, and apparently it is now a law. So woohoo! So anybody who's running against me on my next term won't basically say that I didn't do anything because again I had successfully challenged all this, and as that happens, my political points go up and my name recognition go up. And I think I don't know if I have more political points than everybody on here, but it tells you here what where you get your political points from and how it's expedited into the game and from the Senate and House. But I had already started off with that, and then the name recognition, my name has gone up, and it just tell you it is what it is. Okay, so last but not least, let me see if there's anything else that I think once when I get rid of them, would more challenges come up? I don't know. All right, that in. Complete challenge. I don't want to dismiss that. Okay, it don't look like anything else came up. All right. So I think see again these numbers are not changing. Again, they change like throughout time. Oh, every year. I don't know, every 4 years. I'm not really sure. But the mostly things you want to look at is like the news from state or basically nation and see what happens, and then go back to your office and then do some of the challenges to do the legislation. And here you can also see from legislation that passed through federal, state, and city. And again, these are the state is the state you pick. The city is the city that you pick, like where you start off as for districts. And like say for instance, again, I'm in New Jersey, so I picked City Jersey. I picked the town City Jersey. Really Jersey City backwards, and New Jersey is New Jersey, and then I became the governor, and then the mayor of City Jersey, and then now I'm president. So hopefully throughout the stream, I will try to implement some certain things and or certain not things certain laws into effect. Hopefully, you know, again we start seeing. Okay, here we go. My Social Security. Oh, my successful complete a following challenge campaign promise Social Security benefits. I've completed that. So that's the second one that I fixed. So now I really believe the third one would be increasing decreasing the minimum wage. I mean, taxes. I've increased minimum wage and I did the Social Security benefits. So that's kind of cool. So that's why I'm gonna leave it off right here. So right now I'm just gonna save it real quick, a quick save, and it's been successfully saved. And then I'm just gonna come back here, and yeah. So I think that after today's events, I think I've accomplished a lot. I've showed you guys pretty much a lot when it comes to the certain legislations and the challenges and contacts. And I think if you want to get this game, it's really a good game to get. Is on Steam. I get the game from Steam, Steam Workshop, and you know, it's a great game. If you want to pretty much play and again try to uh, increase your way up to the top to the anarchy by being school board, mayor, council member, representative or state representative for the state, and then you got for the national level, right? So yeah, so I'm the president of the United States right here in this game. You feel me? 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 All right. So this has been another episode of Political Process, and I'm live on the Political Process page on Facebook, and I'm live on the Political Process on YouTube, right? So again, I want to take this time out to thank everybody for tuning in right here, right now. I've been on here for a long time, Me love you long time, almost like 2 hours. Okay, and I just showed you guys what I've done here on political process. All right, so again, I was the president, and I've done a lot. You guys could rewatch this video for more information. You guys could visit the blog page. Bye.